Hey Kipsters, Miss Schultz here. Happy Tuesday. I can't wait to start CGI off today. Before we do, we'll go over yesterday's problem just like always. Make sure you have your paper from yesterday out so you're ready to go over it with me. Okay, let's do it. Alan had 63 cookies. Brandon had 49 cookies. How many more cookies does Alan have than Brandon? I chose to solve this problem by doing subtraction. I took my bigger number and I took my smaller number away from that. So the number sentence I was trying to solve for was 63 minus 49 equals something. So I started by drawing 63. So I do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 1, 2, 3. I needed to take away 49 from that, so I started with my tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. Perfect. Then I needed to take away 9, but I only had 3 ones. I know that 10 is just 1 more than 9. So I took 1 off of my 10, and I showed that I was going to move it to my 1s over here, and I took away the rest of it. So what I have left when I took away that 9 was 10. My 1 went over here, so I had 11, 12, 13, 14. My answer was 14. Give me a big thumbs up for a brain match if you also got that 63 minus 49 equals 14. That means that Alan had 14 more cookies than Brandon did. Nice job, you guys. You must have solved that really carefully on your own. We're going to take this one off, and we're going to solve a really similar problem today, so I hope you're ready to help me out. All right, kiddos. Let me tell you a story today. It's about 2 of my really good friends, Adalia and Lori, and about some pieces of candy that they had at their house. So Adalia was going all around her house, and she loves candy. And she was looking for all the candy that she had in her house. And when she got it all together, she realized that she had 92 pieces of candy in her house. It's a lot of candy. But her good friend Lori realized that she actually had a lot of candy in her house too. She had 45 pieces of candy. And what they wanted to know was how many more pieces of candy does Adalia have than Lori? Let's read it twice, and then you're going to tell it to me. All right, here we go. Adalia has 92 pieces of candy. Lori has 45 pieces of candy. How many more pieces of candy does Adalia have than Lori? One more time, really listen carefully. Adalia has 92 pieces of candy. Lori has 45 pieces of candy. How many more pieces of candy does Adalia have than Lori? Your turn. I'm going to cover it back up. You need to tell it to me now. Hope you were listening. All right, let's see who can tell me that story. Go ahead, Kipsters, tell it to me. Really nice job. You were definitely listening when we read it 2 times together. Before we go, I have a question to ask you. Today is a little bit different. I already know that Adalia has more candy than Lori. That's not what I'm trying to figure out. What I'm trying to figure out is how much more. So I'm comparing these 2 numbers to see how much more Adalia has. What are we trying to find out? How much more Adalia has. Great job, guys. Get your pencil and paper out. As always, labeling, drawing, showing all the parts, number sentence, and if you're done early, try to solve it 2 ways. Really push yourself. All right, I'm going to uncover it. In 4 minutes, we'll start on the timer. So you can go ahead and show me your awesome math work. All right, Kipsters, 4 minutes. Go for it. I already see lots of neat and organized work. Great job, Kipsters. Don't forget to label all the parts when you solve. Almost time for you to help me solve. Don't forget a number sentence. Try to solve a second way if you're already done. One minute left, Kipsters. Almost done. Finish up. All right, guys, looks like you did some great work on your own. Now it's time for you to help me out. So I'm going to start by doing a subtraction problem, just like I did when we started off today. So I'm going to do 92 minus 45 to find out the difference in between these two numbers, because that's going to help me figure out how many more Adalia has than Lori. So let's start off with that. Put my markers out of the way. We'll start off by doing 92. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 60, 70, 80, 90, 92. Perfect. So I need to take away 45. Let's start with our 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40. Great. Took away 40 cubes. Now I need to take away 5 ones. Okay, let's do that. So I know this is 1, 2 ones, and then I just need 3 more. 1, 2, 3. That means that all together I took away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. Perfect. Okay, now let's see what I have left. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. I have 47 left. Let's figure out how to draw that to make it. Okay. Started by taking away 10, 20, 30, 40. Great, that was our 45. Oops, now we need to take away our 5. So we had 2, we took those away, and then we needed 3 off of our other. So 1, 2, 3. Here we go. This is 3. So this is now 7. And now let's count what we have left. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 7 makes 47. Awesome. So we did 92 minus 45 equals question mark. We found out that it was 92 minus 45 equals 47. Awesome. So we know that Adalia has 47 more pieces of candy than Lori. Wow, it's a lot. All right, so now the second way that I'm going to solve this is the same way that I've been solving other problems like this. I'm going to start with my smaller number, and I'm going to add up to see how many it would take to get to my bigger number. Because if I do that, I'll figure out how many more Adalia had than Lori. So let's do that. Start with our smaller number of 45. Start with 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll make them all the same color, so it's really easy to tell. Okay, move them over a little bit. And now I need to count up until I get to 92. Now, the best way for me to do that is definitely going to be to decade count, because that's going to make it go faster. So I'm going to add tens until I get to where I can stop counting by decades. So we'll start with 45. Here we go. 55. 65. 75, 85. If I added another 10, that would get me to 95. Should I do it or no? No, you're right. That's 95 is too many. I only want to get to 92. So now it's time to add some ones. Let's do that. So we're at 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. Perfect. Let's see how many ones I needed. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. So I know that I needed to add 10. Ooh, don't knock them over. 10, 20, 30, 40, 47. And that matches what we got up here, so that's really good. Let's lay them down and let's draw it out. Our paper. All right, kiddos, help me do this drawing. Make sure yours matches mine. So I started with 45, and then I decade counted. So I said 55, 65, 75, 85. Couldn't add another 10. 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. And I knew that this together was 10, 20, 30, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This was 47. So here the number sentence that I used was 45 plus something equals 92. And when I solved, I found out it was 45 plus 47 equals 92. Perfect. That matches just what I found out earlier, that Adalia has 47 more pieces of candy than Lori. Guys, great job. Those were some big numbers, and you did an awesome job with that. Just like always, I'm going to give you one more problem to work on your own, and I can't wait to see you do it, and then show it to me tomorrow before we get started to check your answer. Let's take our paper off, and let's see. Oh, it's about Miss Smith and Miss Catlett. Okay, let's see what's going on with them. Miss Smith has 83 books in her house. Miss Catlett has 56 books. How many more books does Miss Smith have than Miss Catlett? Big challenge today, you guys. When you're solving this, try to solve it in two ways. Try to use subtraction and try to use adding up with decade counting. I bet you can solve it both ways on your own. You did awesome today. Pause your screen so you can copy this down, and I will check in with you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Great job.